1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's fight like gentlemen.
Your swordplay is extremely
You must have skill.
I think it might be under control.
The end.
All right, this is it. Final beta, maybe. Beta number 4. That's right, Capcom lied to us. They said there was going to be 3 betas. There wasn't 3 betas. There was more than 3 betas. There was all these secret stress test betas. Now we get a 4th beta with like 15 of the 16 characters. I'm hype. Check it out. I'm just going to show the last 3 characters. Unfortunately, this beta doesn't have Fang in it. Fang is like the last character that was revealed. I'm just going to show off Dhalsim, Zangief, and Laura really quickly. I don't know why I'm doing this, because I'm just going to be doing this all over again when the game comes out, and there's going to be changes and all that, so pointless, but I'm doing it anyways. I'm going to go into recording here, and I am going to show off Dhalsim. To just show off what's new, you know, I'll go through a bit of his normals, and I'll go through all of his normals, and then I will show his V skills and all that, and kind of talk about what these characters are like so far in terms of what they've sort of been like in the beta. And that's it. It'll be a little bit quicker than the other ones, but that's a lie. I know it won't be quicker. So check it out. I'm going to do this, yo. Alright, so this is Dhalsim. He just moves on one leg now. He has the other leg up. He's got his nice turban there, and he has a beard. Other than that, he kind of looks just like Dhalsim, except he has a little bit more tattoos on him. But who cares about what they look like? How they play? Okay, check it out. Dhalsim, of course, is a keep away character, but he's a bit changed. So I'll go through his normals. So I'm just gonna go through Dhalsim's normals really quickly. So this is jab, pretty good. It's not an overhead. It links. Duj. It links. This is his short, pretty good. It also just kind of keep away. His stand strong is very much like his Street Fighter 4 stand strong. Pretty good for keeping distance. His stand forward is the same, but it doesn't have as good range. So at about here, this will still hit. So his stand strong is better. It's a bit quicker too, I think. But I think this one might do more damage. I don't know yet. All right, so stand fierce looks like his Street Fighter 4 stand fierce, but it's a bit longer. There's more animation to it, but it also hits low. So that's the mix-up. It hits low now. So if you're stand blocking, you will get hit. And then this is his stand forward, or his stand roundhouse. It is one of his crush counters. It's slow, but I mean, if you do get a crush counter from this distance, you could do something like hit crush counter and then hit with that or something. Yeah, pretty basic. So now for Dhalsim's crouch normals, I'll go through these really quickly. This is his jab, it also links. This is his, maybe I won't go through this quickly. This is his crouch strong. It is basically like Necro's crouch strong. The difference is that it is cancelable. And the good thing about that is that you could hit somebody. It's like basically one of the best anti-airs in the game. It's quick, and it's just got a good hitbox for anti-air at least, not really on the ground. And it's cancelable, so you could cancel it, hit the guy out, cancel with a fireball, and then they land into the fireball. And then this is his crouch fierce. Good for combos, basically. You could do this, and then that, or something. Well, it didn't even combo. There you go. And then all of his crouch kicks are his slides. So the short one, shortest and less damage, but it also, it's pretty quick. This is crouch forward, medium one, more damage. And then his crouch roundhouse one is the one that goes the furthest, and it's the least unsafe if it's blocked. And it is his sweep. Boom! So that's Dhalsim for his normals. And then his jump normals, this is his jump jab is now his Yoga Sniper. So it does less damage, but it's pretty quick, kind of like Yoga Sniper style. His jump strong is basically his best air-to-air move. And then his Jump Fierce is just, you know, his boom. Pretty good range. It's used like in most of his combo starters for like when you do a teleport like that. So yeah. And then his kick ones are just kind of really... This actually kind of crosses up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that crosses up, which is kind of weird for Dhalsim. It's not super useful, but whatever. And then these ones, his like jump forward and his jump roundhouse, I just find like really, really situational. And you have to be a really good Dhalsim to know when they're used, basically. And that's it for his jump normal. So Dhalsim also has a couple command normals, like usual. He doesn't have as much as Street Fighter 4, but he has a couple. So this is his back strong. So that's one of his good anti-airs. It doesn't have a really good hitbox, it seems, like right over top of him like it did in 4, but it's still one of his go-to anti-airs. But he also has this one, which is back fierce, and it's more like a Shenko forward fierce, where it's like kind of arranged. They have to be a bit further, like maybe if they're jumping from this distance. And it's also cancelable, so it's pretty good. So it's this, and it does crush counter too, which is amazing. Because you could cancel stuff, crush counter into like Yoga Flame or whatever. Another one of his command normals is, of course, his back strong, or his back forward. So back forward is just a good, you know, combo extender. Or, I did that wrong. You know, like that. But also good, it's quick, so it keeps people out. You know, if they're pressuring you, you go do. And if they're a bit further out, do that. Whatever. And of course, Dhalsim also has his drills. So, I'm gonna do his short drill, which goes the furthest. And then his medium drill, a little bit at a different angle. And then his fierce drill. I mean, his roundhouse drill. Yeah. So pretty good. I like it. Oh yeah, and you could kind of do it, you know, just kind of keep pressure with it. Like that. So his drills are back. He didn't lose those drills. It's another mobility option for him to close the distance. If they do a fireball, you know, So Dhalsim still has drills. Okay, so they changed Dhalsim up a little bit in terms of his specials. What actually used to happen was he would control space horizontally really well. So he'd have his normals that would control the horizontal bottom space really well, and he'd have his fireball, so that would create more pressure, and then you'd try to jump in or whatever, and then he'd anti-air you. But they changed things up a little bit, because check out his fireball now. Boom, it goes up, it like arcs. So this is the short version, so it's the closest one. There's the medium version, just a little bit further, and then the fierce one, that one did a little bit faster and a lot further too. Farther. God damn. Yeah. So now Dhalsim, his normals are a lot slower, kind of, in a way. I mean, they've always been slow, but they just have a little bit more animation. And he has fireballs that go up. So Dhalsim is actually a little bit more, he needs to control the bottom space with his normals, but kind of try to also control that top space with things like his fireball, because now his fireball creates pressure up. I mean, it goes down, but it has an arc. It's not like you could, you know, like if you were Dhalsim, you could just slide under it or something. But as you slide under it, maybe the other Dhalsim is doing this right after the fireball to try to keep you out, or this or that or whatever. So that's pretty interesting. So now on to his Yoga Flame. So in terms of his Yoga Flame, it's basically the same. Just like that. That's the jab. This is the strong. And then the fierce is the longest one. Yeah. But something that's a bit different with his Yoga Flame is this. Oh, I didn't do it right. There! You can do it in the air now. Isn't that cool? It's called Yoga Gale for some reason in the air. So this is Yoga Flame. But then in the air, it's Yoga Gale, but I'm considering it the same move anyways. But the EX version, I'll just show you off the EX version. It does like 4 hits, I think, and then it launches up. So it's kind of like it kind of looks like the X-Men versus Street Fighter or the Alpha Dhalsim with super move where he like keeps blowing up and down, sort of like whoosh, like that thing. Yeah. So it launches, and then you could actually do EX Yoga Gale in the air to combo. So I'm just gonna go in the corner and try that. Whoop, I didn't jump, so I'll try it again. Whoa, I suck. Whoa, I really suck. Maybe I should Tiger Knee it. Oh, I should teleport. Oh, I really suck. Okay, one more try. Nope. He went dizzy. So one thing I forgot to mention about the Yoga Fires is those normal ones, they go out an arc. But if you do his EX one, it's like his basic one. But of course, since it's EX, it does 2 hits. So it covers horizontal space. So you still have that option to cover the horizontal space rather quickly, it seems. But you have to spend meter. So that's the trade-off. So of course, Dhalsim also has his teleport. So Dhalsim has always had his teleport to you know, keep him moving, keep him more mobile. He's a slow character. He needs options like his drills or his teleports. So he has that. If you do, so it's a Shoryuken motion and the 3 kicks, it will land right in front of the person. I'm doing it in the air, but you could do it on the ground. So it'll land right in front of the person. If you do it with 3 punches, it goes behind the person. So, of course, that means that Dhalsim... Oh yeah, there's also the back version. So the back version, he goes a little bit further with kick. And then even, I think it's shorter distance with the punch. Yeah, shorter distance with the punch one. But of course, what that means is Dhalsim still has his teleport mix-ups. So it's something like, I won't really just do that, and then... That wasn't a really good example because I did it from the air. Something like that. I didn't combo there. Yeah, like that. So he could do this, and then you don't know which side he's on or whatever, you know? Like, just kind of the old Dhalsim mix-up thing there. So now on to Dhalsim's V-skill. Dhalsim's V-skill is really interesting, and it really hits home the point of him having more of not only this horizontal bottom space, but the horizontal top space to control. His V-skill is, I forget what it's called, but it's just like basically like a float. We call it Yoga Float. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. So if you press both the buttons, he goes up. He does kind of like his leg thing goes up, and then he goes up in the air, and he does a float. So you could do that to, you know, dodge a fireball or whatever, but you could also move around. So back and forth. So you could keep controlling. So it's like, maybe you're dodging a fireball. Maybe somebody throws a fireball. You go up. And that's actually the way he builds V-meter. So if he just does the Yoga Float, he doesn't build V-meter, but you could basically cancel the float into normals, and then if they hit, or if they're blocked, I think, then your V-meter builds up. But, you know, he can do it from the ground like that. He could also go, if you press forward and V-skill, he does a little bit, like he'll go a little bit more diagonally. So you could do whoop, oh, or whoop, oh, right away. So it's pretty good, but the advantage of it is also he can do it in the air. Another thing to note about the V-skill is that you can also teleport. See? So I did the V-skill and then I teleported. So, ooh, you're all the way up here. Teleport. Oh. Yeah. So, I mean, he has more air mobility, not just with his teleport, but the fact that you can mix up his V-skill. I'm pretty sure you can't do it from a teleport into V-skill. Yeah, you can't do it from that. You could do it V-skill in the air, but you can't do it as you're dropping from a teleport. So that's another thing. So he's just got better mobility. He's a very mobile Dhalsim that controls that upper space better than he used to. So now on to Dhalsim's V-trigger. So Dhalsim's V-trigger is basically Flame Carpet. If you know Dormammu from Marvel vs. Capcom, it's kind of like that. It's like Flame Carpet. So he'll spit out a bit of flames. He'll spit that flame, and then you're caught in it well, I mean, it's under a certain space. And you'll see the opponent takes gray life. So it's not damage that, you know, actually does damage unless they're going to be hit after that. I said that really stupidly, but basically it's gray damage, so they have to be hit for all that gray damage to be lost, just like any other gray damage in this game. So it doesn't kill. That's the thing. But the problem with this is that you're controlling space with Dhalsim. You're trying to keep them in that space. They're getting worried because they know that they have the potential to lose life with gray damage. And then if you hit them, like a common mix-up would be to just like, either you know that they're standing high, you do the stand fierce, that's a low. So now he lost all that damage. Or if they're blocking low, they're in the corner or whatever, then you just do jump jab, like the yoga sniper, and then they lost all that damage. If they get hit. If it's all blocked, then they could gain that gray life back, but still. But another interesting thing about it, I'll just do it quickly, is that if it's close enough, the first part of it hits. So that part can actually kill. And now they're back into the gray life. But as you noticed, in their falling animation and their wake up animation, they don't take any gray life. So they have to be like back into like a standing state or a blocking state or whatever. So that's that. So before I leave, I just wanted to show that like pretty common thing would be to like that. You do a slide and then you do that. You know he's not going to take any damage as he's being hit down. Like I just did the slide like this, and then the hit part of the V-trigger hit and knocked him down. But then, because he's knocked down, he won't take damage. But that gives you time to, like, you know, set things up with fireballs or whatever, and then jump that like that. So if he was blocking there, the fireball would have hit. If he was crouching, the fireball would have kept him in block stun, and then I did jump back jab. He was crouching, so it counted as an overhead. All that gray damage is gone. And just to show it, before we leave, I will show off Dhalsim's super move. So his super move is his belly grows big, and he goes, "Oh yeah, spit that fire, boy!" And of course, the button press depends on how far it goes or whatever. So I just did the jab one, but now this is the strong one. And then of course the fierce one does, what the fuck? The fierce one does basically like the fierce fire, where it goes the furthest. One thing that's kind of interesting, say like your opponent, you're doing a combo and your opponent gets stunned on the last hit before you cancel the super, but you've already got into the super frame like the super freeze animation. What you could actually do to wait for them to wake back up is hold it. So I didn't really know this until like this beta. You could hold it a bit like that, and then it'll let go. So by the time they get up, it might hit them in that case. So that's yoga, whatever it's called. Yoga fucking sun. Yoga big fucking sunball. Alright, so here we are with Zangief. Geef looks basically the same as, you know, every other game. He just looks a bit bigger, a little bit more muscly, and like a little bit crazier. But I mean, Geef always had that crazy look. So let's just go through his normals a bit. His jab looks like his little slap. Pretty good. It's actually a good anti-air. This is strong, so this is good for footsies, kind of. Not as good as in 4, apparently. This is his fierce. The good thing about the fierce is you see how he has that punch. He can also like hold it and charge it, and it actually gains. Boom! Like see that? It'll knock down. So in this case, it won't knock down, but then if you hold it, boom, it does. So now his short. So his short is good for like, you know, keeping away, but also it's cancelable, so yeah. Doom. Pretty good. His forward, you know, moves them forward. Pretty good. And then of course his roundhouse moves them forward like it normally does. So those are Geef's standing normals. Geef's crouching normals is his jab, you know, chains into itself. Do 3 hits, which is kind of rare in Street Fighter V. This is crouch strong. With this, you could actually hit confirm into his super. It's really weird. But I won't do it now because I suck. And then his... Okay, his Crouch Fierce is like an anti-air. This is Crouch Fierce. So if they're jumping at you, this is a pretty good anti-air. It's interesting. I like it. We'll just reset them, and then they're kind of like pretty close to you once they're reset. Okay, so Crouch Short. Crouch Short, not bad. Crouch Forward moves them forward. Another good way to just kind of close the distance. Oh, that was a little bit... Ooh. They changed the... I think they did, but whatever. And then his Crouch Roundhouse is his sweep, of course. Boom. And those are Geef's crouching normals. Geef's jumping normals, this is jab, another slap. And then he's got that. He's strong. This is his fierce. He does like an elbow thing. But of course, if you do down fierce, he also has the cross up the body splash. So it's still in the game. Or down forward. You can still do down forward, down back too. As long as down is pressed. This is jump short. So it's the knee thing. He no longer needs to hold down to do it. It's his cross up. It's another one of his cross ups on top of the body splash. And this is his jump strong, or his jump forward. And his jump roundhouse is the normal 2-hit fucking Hagar, Mike Hagar kick thing. Yeah, so that's his jumping normals. So Geef also has a couple of command normals. Geef has this forward, so towards and forward, I'm sorry, is his like jumping kick. It actually, there's no, I'm pretty sure they might change this. It doesn't seem like there's a hitbox at the bottom. So he could kind of like go over normals with this. And it moves him forward, so it's like, say he's here, like that. You know, and move them forward. It's a pretty quick thing, and then I could come in. If he's got enough range, he could do SPD or something like that. So that's a really good move. I like it a lot. And he also has his forward fierce. So his forward fierce is this headbutt. He no longer has, in 4 he had a jump headbutt thing. I guess this is kind of a way of replacing it, because it also does a pretty good amount of stun. At least it did before. But that's, yeah, those are his like new command normals. I think they're pretty interesting. You could actually do like, I'll show a bit later, but you could combo this from something. It's pretty good. I like it. So in terms of special moves, Zangief has his SPD. It still moves around. There's only one version though, so he no longer has the kick faster one that lasts shorter. There's only this one version, which is the 3 punches. Of course, fireballs go through at the bottom, and you know it's just a good combo thing. So like that. Oh, did I do that? Yeah. I'm messing it up, but whatever. Yeah, like that. So jab, crouch jab, stand forward, and then into SPD, lariat. Did I call it SPD before? I don't know. So he has that. He also has, of course, his 360 motion. The fuck you call this thing? I just said it, SPD. So here's the jab one. You know, it has the most range, but it is the weakest one. Here's the medium one. Medium damage, about the same range as the fierce one. Fierce one does the most damage, though. Boom, 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 boom. That's the fierce one. And then here's the X one. Ooh. But a cool thing about Zangief in this game is that he has air SPD. So not only does he have ground SPD, he has, whoop, boom, air SPD. So now you could mix people up if they jump out of an SPD from the ground. If you think that they're going to jump, just boom, there's the X version. Boom. So he has air SPD. And Zangief also retains his bear grab. It's a bit different. It's not a 360 motion. It's only a half circle back motion. But he basically runs at you. And there's no close version. There's no like the suplex version. So he runs at you and grabs. That was a bit too far because I did the short one. But I just wanted to show you the run. So he runs. Boom. Picks you up. Boom. The EX one is the best one, of course. You're using meter. So it's the best one. But it also has a hit of armor, so that's why it's useful. So you get like, you know, boom, 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 and then they don't know that you're gonna do that, and then they start pressing a button, and then the armor absorbs it, and then you grab them. Boom, boom. So he has bear grab. So Zangief's V skill is really interesting. It is Red Cyclone! Red Cyclone! It's actually just a hit of armor, basically. It's actually 2 hits of armor, or whatever. But yeah, he absorbs a hit. It's kind of like a parry. It's really good. They might have to change it because it's pretty good now. But that's just if you tap it, he absorbs a hit. I could show it a bit later. And then he absorbs a hit or whatever, and then he could go into stuff. But if you hold it, hold, and then hold, and then if you hold it for like that amount, then he'll release and do this hit thing. So if they jump at you or something, you could do this, they hit, and then you hit them, and then you go into SBD or whatever, you know. But another thing about this V skill is you could hold it like that and not move, and then eventually he lets go and does the flex. Or you could hold it before he does it, press forward, and then Zangief does this like creepy walk forward, and he just keeps going, and then you can let it go like that and do the flex, and it's still the 2 hits of armor or whatever. I don't know, 1 hit of armor, but 2 hits if it's this. I forget what it is. All right, so now on to Zangief's V trigger. So Zangief's V trigger, he truly does become the Red Cyclone, like he's always been gloating about. So check it out. Oh yeah, Red Cyclone. He spins and he turns like that. So what's the point of that? As you can see, it kind of sucks you in a little bit. There was like a bit of, I'll go a little bit further. There's a bit of a vacuum. So that. So it's 3 meters of the V trigger gouge, and it sucks you in. So what's good about that is that Zangief is a grappler. He wants you in. He wants you right next to him. So I'm going to activate it further, and I'm going to go up to the person. Range kind of changed, so whoop, sucks you in, and then you can hold it, and then it does hits. If you don't hold it, then it just sucks in once or whatever. But each time you use it, watch. So each time you use it, it goes down like half. That's a lot. So you could use it to suck in like that, and then since they're sucked in, you could go for an SPD. If you think they're going to jump, what do? Of course, you're going to go for the air SPD. But, you know, that's the whole part of the mix-up game. Just going to reset here just quickly. But, as I said, you could also hold it. So I'll just hold it and then let go halfway through. It'll do about 3 hits or something. So, I did 5 hits, okay. I let go a little bit less, but you can also hold it and do 9 hits. From the 9 hits, you'll see he's kind of like launched up in the air even further, and he gets like launched up, so you could, you know, combo and stuff. Into what, you ask? Well, Zangief has his air SPD. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So combo into that. But of course, as you saw, like you hold it and try to get that 9 hits or whatever. If they're not blocking and it actually hits, that ruins your whole V trigger. But I mean, it's kind of worth it. But you can also do stuff like this. I told you guys earlier about this comboing. Boom! I love it. The headbutt. Wait even a little bit. Boom! It's so... Ooh, Red Cyclone! Yes, Red Cyclone! Another interesting thing about the V trigger. Remember I told you guys about the V skill and the moving forward with this, and he looks really creepy. Oh, he turns into the Red Cyclone when he does the V trigger, and he gets even redder, and you could do it from here, and it's like an infinite amount of hits. I actually killed somebody by doing this. I guess he was a new player, he had no idea. He kept trying to hit me, You know, you could just throw, or like go the opposite direction. Zangief will keep like fucking moving in that same direction. But he kept hitting, and then I hit him, I let go and I hit him with that, and it killed him because he had a little bit of life. It was amazing. So that's Zangief. I like him, he's pretty fun in this game. Alright, so now I'm just going to show off Zangief's super / critical art, whatever they call it in this game. He basically does this final atomic buster. But he does like one suplex or whatever it's called, and then he just kind of like digs them further into the ground. So let's see if I can get this. I fucking suck. Oh, I did. There we go. Dude. Yes, muscle power cyclone. Yes, crush you in the ground. So there's that. Alright, now on to the last character of this video. Unfortunately, there's no Fang. Fang looks really awesome. Well, okay, in terms of design, he doesn't look awesome, but in terms of gameplay, sick as fuck, man. He's the type of character that'll fucking piss people off. But this is Laura, sister of Sean. Even her design, I mean, you know, she's a bit too sexualized for my taste. But she is a fucking awesome character because she is a grappler technically, but she also has a fireball, which has never been seen in Street Fighter. You know, a grappler with a fireball. That's pretty interesting. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I'll just go through her normals quickly here. Her jab, not bad, you know. It actually has a pretty good hitbox for like anti-air, like if they're really close. This is her stand strong. This is awesome. This move is a good like frame trap tool, but it's also a good anti-air too. And then this is her fierce punch. Moves her forward. Pretty good. Whatever. Her short, stand short, is good for like ticks. Like that. Like just kind of keeping in check. And you know, just sort of like a distance thing. Her stand forward moves her forward, and I mean, it's good if you're like at a distance and then like you want to move in. I mean, other than that, it's not that good. I mean, it's not bad. Her stand roundhouse. This is her stand roundhouse. It moves forward too, but it's also her crush counter. So, I don't know. I find it's a good crush counter because it moves her forward. Because oftentimes you're kind of at a distance away from people. But I mean, it's not super fast, but it's alright. Okay, on to Laura's crouching normals. This is her crouch jab. It links into each other. This is her crouch strong. This is probably one of the buttons you're going to be using the most. It's in conjunction with stand strong and crouch strong. You know, like they're good frame trap tools, and they're both cancelable into her like specials. And there's a special that you use all the time, which is this one. So it's good for frame traps into that. Like you do that and then that and then that. If they're blocking, normally if they start pressing buttons, they'll get hit. And then her crouch fierce is like slow, but it's actually cancelable. See, it's kind of weird. I don't know why it's cancelable, but it's good. And then there's her crouch short, you know, just keeps distance. Her crouch forward reminds me of like, kind of like Poison-ish. Not as good. Maybe Rose crouch forward. I like it though. You know. And then she has a sweep. That's her sweep. Pretty good. On to her jump normals. This is her jump jab. This is her jump strong. This is her jump fierce. This is a pretty good one for jump ins. And jump short. Man, I never use it ever. And jump forward is her cross up. So she's got a pretty like run of the mill Street Fighter cross up. You know, the old classic jump forward. Yeah. And then her jump roundhouse is like that. Also a good jump in. I kind of go in between crouch. Fierce seems to have a better like downward hitbox. Yeah. Anyways, those are her jump notes. Alright, so Laura's specials. Laura is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu character, so she has a command grab. And it's this. And I won't go through the other versions, but this is her EX version. So this is just the normal ones. And she does that thing, as you said, but the X one, she dashes a little bit forward. And there's a hit of armor, too. So you could do it from a distance and then get them full. So that's her grappling. She also has this move, which is like her normal like rush charge move. As I said, like you cancel it from your strong. So that's the jab one. This is the medium one, the strong. And then her fierce one is the anti-air one. So it knocks. Let me just record. I'll just show it quickly. Dun, 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 dun. Da-da-da, it does that. Da-da-da-da. Okay. But the special thing about her, only her medium one. So the strong version, you could hit and nothing happens. If it hits and you press punch after, you'll land on the opposite side with a throw. If it hits and you press kick after, you land on the same side with a throw. So, you know, if you're in the corner, you want to, like, if you're in the corner and you hit it, you want to use the other one. You want to use the punch one because it'll make you land on this side and you're out of the corner now. So that's her throw thing. She also has, as I said, she's like the first fucking grappler with a fireball. So this is her fierce, or that's her jab one. This is her strong one, goes a bit further. And then her fierce one goes the furthest. But you could charge them. So if you just let it go, they do one hit. Boom. If you charge it a little bit, they could do 2 hits. And then the maximum is 3 hits. So the more you charge, obviously the longer it takes, and you could get hit. But, look at that. So that was the fierce one. It goes the furthest. Farthest! That's the medium one. And then the jab one is like really slow and goes like not very far. That one's good for like setups and stuff. Or like anti-air. So, as they're, you know, as they're waking up, you, maybe it goes behind them or something, you know? I'm just going to reset here a little bit. There. And then another thing that's like important is, you know, say if they're blocking, I won't be able to do this because I don't have somebody else to block, and I won't record because I don't want to get into a match. If they're blocking the fireball, they're caught in block stun. So what's so cool about that? Well, Laura is a fucking grappler character with a fucking... So if they're blocking, they're stuck. If they don't jump, they're stuck because they're blocking the fireball. It has a block hitbox thing, proximity box or whatever. So if they're blocking, just go in, do the command grab. Or as I said, if they're waking up, use this as a mix-up tool. Boom. It's cool. She is fucking awesome. I love her. Yeah. And then of course, if they do jump the fireball, what do? Boom. Anti-air with the grab. So that's that. Laura's cool. I love her. Now on to Laura's V skill. Laura's V skill is interesting because she has like kind of many variations within the V skill. Well, I mean, there's like 6, which is not really that normal. So if you just press her V skill, she does an overhead kick like that. If you press down in V skill, it's the same thing, the overhead kick. So that's not that special. But I mean, it is an overhead. You can combo out of it. You know, not that useful, but it catches people off guard, you know, sometimes. But if you press back in V skill, she does this maneuver. So this is her back dash, and then this is her back V skill. It's like another type of dash. This is her forward dash, and if you press forward V skill, she has this. So what's the difference? Well, why would you use this instead of your forward dash? Well, first of all, this looks a bit quicker. But since it's a V skill, it's sort of like a move, so you could cancel it from normal. So say I'm all the way over here. I have to wait for this to end, and then I could dash in, and then go for a command grab or something. So I have to wait for that whole thing to end. But with your V skill, you could cancel it. Catch them off guard. So it's a good way to keep up pressure. So you could cancel it. Yeah, even that one, like, yeah. Or, you know, if you, like I'm saying, I'm using this as a good way to keep pressure on. Go for your command grab or whatever. But you could also use the back one. So, like, say you think they're mashing a Shoryuken or something. Duck out. Duck out. Duck out. So it's cool because it can be cancelable. She's so fucking awesome. Oh. So as I said, there's kind of like, there's not really 6 variations. There's more like 5 variations. So there's that one, and then there's the back one, and then there's the forward one. But there's also, you could mix it up a little bit and do back and forward, back and forward. So back and forward is actually one. So you could do press, actually you could do press back and then just press it again and it'll go forward. You don't have to press forward, but you can if you want. So there's that one. Gives her pretty good movement. But also, she can, say you press back, V skill, and then hold it. She'll do the back dash, and then she'll go into the overhead like this. So I pressed it once and then held, and then she does that. Same thing for the forward one. So there are kind of like 6 V skills in total from the 3. So forward and then hold. Forward and hold, she goes over. So that's that. That's her V skill. It's cool because you can cancel it. That's the best part about it. She's awesome. I love it. Alright, so one of the things I didn't show was Laura's EX fireball. So you could charge all the other fireballs, but the EX version, you can't charge it. It does 3 hits, it moves the fastest, and it moves about the distance of the heavy version. But one of the reasons why I didn't show it is because I wanted to show the V skill first. So I'll just show it normally. So that's it, no charge, and it goes pretty far. Does 3 hits, and knocks down. But what's cool about it is, so you can do this, right? You do this, and then press a button, and then it'll reset. Like that, it'll reset. But because you can cancel with the V skill, check this out. I'm on the same side. It looked like I was going to cross under, right? Oh, no, I'm not. What could I do here? I got V skill, dash in, go for a command grab, go low, go for the overhead, you know, mix up. But if you do, that was crouch strong. If you also do like stand forward after all that, and then you cancel the stand forward into V skill, you'll land on the other side. Oh, fuck, it's tricky. So she's got reset mix-ups like crazy with that. You can also actually do it from stand strong, I believe. You have to be a bit quicker with it. Maybe not. Whatever. But she's fucking cool because of that. So you can do fucking corner stuff too, like just do fuck, it's so tricky. I love it. So that's her EX thing with the mix with the V skill, you know, reset, crazy stuff. She's cool. Alright, so I'm just gonna go through. Laura also has 2 well, this one's a command normal sort of, that's forward fierce, but you could also, it's 2 target combos basically. So you could do that one and then press another one, and then it'll do one of her target combos, which is that. So do it for a bit further just to show ooh like that. And then you could actually link that with or you could cancel it into her forward, I mean her fierce, that thing. So watch. Like that. Pretty cool. And then her other target combo is just stand strong, stand forward. That. This is actually good for canceling into V trigger, which I'll get to next, but I'll just show like that. Alright, Laura's V trigger isn't that special. It's also like a kind of like a birdie Ken Bison thing, where it just kind of augments certain things. So I'll activate it like that. What happens is her fireballs take a bit shorter to charge. I think they go a little bit farther too. Fuck, I said that so many times. A bit farther too. But yeah, shorter charge time. And another advantage she gets is that her specials and stuff do a little bit more. Oh, I have to activate it. So that, see that stun on my stun bar? Not that much. And then if I do this, oh, it activates, or it has a little bit more stun on her specials. I don't know if her normals are affected at all, but yeah. So she gains stun. That's about it. It's not a super special V trigger, but I mean you could do stuff like Let's see, I'll just make it simpler. Whoop. It's a good way to like that kind of stuff, like combo extension. Which, I mean, is true for every other character. Canceling it to V-trigger. So there's that. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to show, just to... You could combo this. See? Woohoo, I like it. So the last thing I'll show with Laura is her super. It's a grab. And she also kind of dashes forward like this EX command grab. So it's this. I'll just show it without hitting. So see, she dashes forward just a little bit less than the EX command grab. And then I'll show you the way it hits. She does the thing. But like all other supers that are grabs in this game, you can actually link it from like normals. Or you could like cancel it, and then it'll actually combo. Like, that's so weird. Isn't that weird? I like it. That's cool. So that's her super. That's Laura. I love her very much. She is honestly, like, her and Rashid are the two new characters that I love the most. Fang looks pretty fucking awesome as a zoner. I won't even get into Fang. His V-skill is like fireball, but it's not a fireball because you can't block it. And you can't really hit it. You could just walk through it. There's no... It's fucking weird. But it's poison, and it's all this stuff, and the meter drains, and fucking... He's really interesting character. Looks like shit, though. But yeah, Laura and Rashid I'm having a lot of fun with. And, of course, Birdie. Those are probably the characters that I will be concentrating on the most. And maybe Karen, because she kind of has Dudley-ish features to her. If they announce Dudley, I will fucking go nuts. But of course, this is the last of these short videos unless Fang gets released before the game gets released. And of course, as I said, I'm just going to be redoing these anyways in shorter form or whatever. So this is pointless, but I'm doing it anyways. Get hype. Yo, get hype, fucking Capcom. Yo, Street Fighter V is coming out. That's about it. I was going to say something else, but oh yeah, the last characters... Or the first DLC characters are going to be Balrog, Guile, Urien, Alex, Jury, and Ibuki. So yeah, there's finally going to be some Street Fighter 3 characters. And that's it. Goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Get hype.